diplomatic engagement. There was a guy called Charles Njonjo, who is effectively the president, de facto president in this country during Kenyatta's time. He wanted to dilly-dally with apartheid here in Kenya. The foreign minister then was called Munyo Wayaki. Wayaki was was the son of a paramount chief from Mount Kenya who were involved in the freedom struggle. Wayaki is actually a Maasai word. So, in cabinet, Munyo Wayaki said, over my dead body, and Jomo Kenyatta was sitting there, Charles Njonjo was sitting there, he said, over my dead body, that you're going to bring South African influence into this country. It's not going to happen. I'll resign and I'll fight it. Jomo then told Njonjo to hold off. He brought a heart surgeon and he looked at the heart surgeon, and the Kenyatta had heart problems. And he wanted to change his heart and be given by the heart of a young person. And Kenyatta laughed it off and said no. And the South Africans went. But the engagement was not cut off. There was a relationship between us, the British, and the South Africans. The second thing is when Iran had a plane here, they were supplying arms to Somalia. Njonjo impounded it. Do you know who they ran to deal with the Iranians? They went to Britain. The British ambassador in Kenya walks into State House without any appointment. Did you know that?
Till today? Or then?
Yeah, he doesn't need an appointment. They just say the British ambassador. He calls and he goes in there. No other ambassador has that. It's the Americans, the British, and the Israelis who have that. We're at the beck and call of these people. You know that this issue of intelligence and military support and the destruction of the Somali state by global powers, we in Kenya supervise the fact that Somalia should be divided, balkanized, and that is why we have Kismayo. You say Kismayo is a little bulwark against Al-Shabaab, a foreign intelligence outfit. It's not.
For all intents and purposes, what you're saying is that Kenya still remains a colony of Great Britain. And it's interesting because we were having a budget conversation, and we were told that about 35 million shillings monthly still goes towards the payment of pensions for former colonial chiefs who live in London today.
The district commissioners and the DOs and the people who are whipping us are paid.
Not who are paid, are paid.
Are paid. Are paid. Did I say were paid? Are paid.
I'm just...
There's a continuing pension. This is some of the agreements between us and the British government. They haven't paid us on the Mau Mau yet. There's no money yet that's come. You've read that book by that British woman about the Gulag Archipelago. It's Alexander Solzhenitsyn Gulag Archipelago version here of Kenya. There's been no payment. The Mau Maus are living in terrible conditions in Mount Kenya there. And nobody has repaid them. Neither the Kenya government has repaid them, nor the British government. So we need...
For us to let our laws be misused simply because 7 billion shillings is being injected into the economy.
That's a spurious argument. We lose 2 billion shillings in corruption, allegedly, by Mr. Kenyatta. It's a spurious argument.
Every day.
The jobs, the farming jobs, and all the other institutions of the economy can be created there, just like every other place we have. They just want to create a little bit of, a nice place for the British soldiers to come and hang out, to have nice, pretty Kenyan girls as their concubines. Do you know this is a big problem between Japan and Korea about comfort women? Did you know that? During the occupation of Korea by Japan. And part of this concept of comfort women is still here in Nyanyuki, where, in the evenings they go to the pubs. They know they can't be arrested, so they could just kick you in the behind and grab a woman. And there's a woman, as a young Kikuyu girl, you've seen the documentary about the girl who was killed and murdered in a hotel.
For whom they're trying to get,
justice and
today.
They're covering up that woman's death. You know who's covering it up? Our government. Because they're covering up the death of their citizens. And that old woman is screaming and crying in their house, and there's no justice for her. And signing that agreement with the British simply says that we allow this kind of brutal oversight, more kind of thinking in our country.
Let's switch it a little bit because of these